Hey guys, if you want to learn how to improve as a metal rank in Overwatch, then welcome in. My name is Master Panda, and I'm a 40-year-old dad that was introduced to Overwatch in Season 3. I placed into low silver, and over the next 2 years ground my way to Masters on all roles. During that time, I helped friends who are struggling in bronze, silver, and gold rank up by sharing educational content within our group because I felt existing Overwatch content is either too advanced or too generic. To me, trying to learn Overwatch by watching a top 500 player is the same as learning to drive by watching NASCAR. So, the goal of my Metal versus Masters videos is to show you real examples of mistakes that Metal players make, just like you. Not only that, we explain how to identify those mistakes and then compare that against Masters level play so that you can see the difference between the two and hopefully start identifying the mistakes you make and start fixing your own game. Because I believe everyone can rank up, including you. So, believe in yourself, never stop learning, and enjoy the video.
Hey, welcome in guys. This is Master Panda here, and we are continuing our Metal to Masters series, which is a format where we play a Metal rank game in competitive Overwatch, and then we show you a lot of the common mistakes that Metal players make. We then follow that with Better Play, showing how a Masters type player would play that same game. So right now we are doing our series on Juno, and we are going to start by playing as, okay, this is a silver 3 to gold 4 game, so we're going to be playing kind of in that silver gold range and showing typical mistakes that are made. So we're not going to be making very obvious mistakes like just walking in front of the enemy team and feeding, but what we are going to be doing is that we're going to be doing a little bit too much heal botting, right? That's the biggest mistake that players make at this range. We're also not going to be using our abilities as best we can. We're waiting until our teammates are critical before we use our abilities. So we're often reacting just a little bit too late, right? Like that Doom could have used, oops, he didn't quite jump out. So I was going to say, you know, we didn't use our speed ring as soon as we could to help our Doom. We didn't use our torpedoes soon enough. And we also didn't do a whole lot of damage. So we are going to be making those mistakes, but I'm going to be telling you when I'm making them, so at least you're aware. And the goal of this series is really not just to show you, hey, us carrying a game while in Masters mode, but really, while we're in Metal mode, I really want to kind of illustrate and talk about the mistakes that we're making. So right now, right, we're just healing our tank, but the great thing about Juno is that she can shoot through her tank, or maybe not tank, but through her own players into the enemy players as well. So lining up your shots so that you can do damage or heal at the same time is really important to getting the most value. We should be using pulsar torpedoes on our team right now because everybody needs it. See how valuable that is? Now we should have done it a lot earlier though. The other thing that a lot of Juno players do is that they do what I call kind of the Juno hop, which is just hopping out in the open, expecting not to get hit. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, it does work until it doesn't. Because, again, this is a silver to gold game. A lot of people don't have quite the mechanical abilities to make those kind of vertical shots, so you can often get away with it. As you get higher up in ranks, you will not get away with it nearly enough. And there are times that you obviously want to use it, like when you're in a duel. It's super useful when you are trying to avoid damage. It's still better to have that double hop, just like, you know, how Genji uses it. But oftentimes, if you're abusing it, you will be in a bad spot. Okay, so we're looking for that tire. We see it come here, right? So we just speed out of it. One thing we should always be doing as Juno is helping our team use speed rings when we can. We should also be healing our DPS. And this is a perfect time for an ult over here. We really need it. But white, I used it a little bit too late, right? Our tank dies, so I used my ult too late. Now maybe we still take it. Now, just because the enemy team ults doesn't mean that we should ult. But it is better to be the first person to ult than to try to respond to it. Because if you're responding, that means we are in their ult as well. If we ult first, then oftentimes we can get a pick first, and if they then ult in response, then we are already up ahead. So ult timing is very, very important. Juno's got a really, really strong ult, and making sure that you get value out of your ult is one of the greatest ways to rank up. So right now we're in heal bot mode. We're just following our tank over here. We should be giving him a speed ring to help him out, but we have not done it. So a lot of Juno players, when I'm playing tank, I get really frustrated because every time I'm like, hey, I could really use a speed ring right now, they're not doing it. Oh, somebody backcapped. I always find that funny. The backcap. Looks like there's a lot of talking about that. So this is a perfect time for a pulsar torpedo, right? Like, but how many times have I used pulsar torpedoes this game? I have not used it nearly enough, right? The ability comes back very quickly. Maybe not super quick, but quick enough that I should be using a lot. I should also be speed reading to my tank because he's decided he wants to go in full speed. And this is a time where you double jump, right? To try to avoid like a hit from somebody like Hanzo who can easily one-shot you. Now we're gonna look for that tire. There it is. And we always want to tag it. So right now, we're just kind of running out in the open. We don't really have a huge plan other than to heal bot our tank. Right, we're just kind of doing our hops. We're gonna speed ring out of here. So we should be doing a lot more damage at this point. And I'd say we're playing a bit more like gold at this moment because we are taking a little bit of cover. We've only died 2 times, which isn't too far away from the rest of the team. Okay, so other mistakes that Junos make too often is that just being out in the open like this, expecting, like I said, doing the Juno hops. And again, we're not being punished for it yet, but eventually, at some point we will. I'm also holding on to my ult way too long, and also waiting for my teammates to go critical before I'm hitting them with pulsar torpedoes. How many times have you seen me use pulsar torpedoes as an offensive ability so far? Very little, right? Okay, now we're gonna ult here. Right, this is too late. We pretty much won this fight already. Tank had ulted. We've got 2 ults to kill on Risa. Very unnecessary, and we could have used that ult for the final fight. So again, I'm holding onto my ult way too long, using it after the fight's over. These are all really big problems. And there, look, I finally get caught by being out in the open. Now just watch, right? And that's what I again call the Juno hop. Like just constantly expecting not to die just because you can hop around. Now here, I'm probably gonna have to touch. Yep, gonna touch over here. Again, this is where the hops come in handy, right? Because you have to be in this position, you have to be hopping. Alright, so we do hold over here. And again, the purpose of the Metal to Masters series is not to just win and stomp, because it's just unfair if we just simply play as Masters the whole time. Right? What are we really demonstrating? You know, the goal isn't to show you, hey, look how good Master Panda is. The goal is to show you mistakes. because the best way to learn is by watching mistakes in real time. And so that's why I always dedicate the first half of the video to showing the mistakes that most people make. Now, it might not look like I made a ton of mistakes that last game, but I certainly was. I wasn't doing nearly as much damage as I could have been. I was doing a lot of healing. I didn't really use my pulsar torpedoes much, and we still were able to hold. Not that holding, 2 meters from third point is something to brag about, but we probably could have done a lot better because I didn't have a good ultimate. I didn't use my abilities. I wasn't doing nearly as much damage as I could have. Now, I didn't die a crazy amount. So, something that's hard for me to show is generally like horrible positioning because I just don't want to go out and feed because I feel like there's not a lot of educational content if I'm just dying all the time. But now we're going to switch over to what I call the Masters mode. So we're going to be playing at a much higher level, showing you better positioning, better ability usage, better ults, and how to kind of read the game as we go. Alright, so we're going to wait for our tank over here. Giving care to people. And now we're going to give a little speed. If our Maga wants to enter. Watch, there's a lot of people there, right? So we have to be careful that we don't exactly poke when everyone's looking at us. It's going to help our Reaper. So what we do, we often... okay, our tank needs help here. We're just going to try to get to him. We're going to speed ring him out if he can, but he doesn't take it. So watch how I often hug the corners here like this. So I'm often going out just enough to show enough of my body to get what I need done, which is to heal my team, and then I come back under cover. Now I'm looking for damage, but right now, because my DPS are taking such aggressive angles, and I help them out. So the idea is that when my team is well and healed, and they don't have to be completely topped off, but not in critical, danger of dying, then I can go do damage. If they are critical, then I need to be focused on healing. So, pretty much, supports should always be looking at doing something. This is going to be a fat torpedo. Gotta keep my Zen up. Watch how I take cover back here, right? Because I don't want to just rely on the Juno hop to save me. Everybody's on cart. Nobody wants to take space. So this is pretty much how you know that you're in a silver gold lobby, because everyone should be up here. Now, I don't necessarily want to poke there because the Hanzo can just throw logs at me, and I can't kill anybody, right? He's got there. So our whole team's going to wait on cart. Now, with any other character like Kiriko, I'm taking a harder angle here. Juno, maybe not so much. And unfortunately, right, and this is the reason that we don't just hold on cart, because, again, DPS can just sit there and rain on our parade. So we try to do it, but if our DPS are going to sit there, then we just get shot on. You can see our Zen dies, our Reaper dies. So the question is, did I just feed by Juno taking that out? No, I was doing what we needed to do, which is to clear that section up there. Because if we just sit up there and let them shoot on us, we just die. And Ryan could possibly hold shield, so we push cart that way, but it didn't work. Alright, we're just going to wait for our team to get here. It looks like we're going to go main. Okay, now watch. We can just path this way so that we hug corner. Our Zen's up front, not the smartest. Now we get some speed so we can get the point, right? Now we do a wide peek over here to get some damage. We know there's a Hanzo in our back over here, so we have to keep our other support up and have to watch our tank. But now we can ult. Right? Now we get those 2 picks. Huge. We kill their support. And we use our ult. We don't even need to do anything. We just sit here and not even peek that. We know there's a Hanzo back here. We know the Hanzo's still back here somewhere. We're just going to keep an eye on for our team. But we can kite this. Our tank's probably not going to kite. Oh, he does use the speed reading, and we get the ult for Trance. Okay, so they're ulting again. So again, we just kind of want to kite that, and if anything, we want to send out a fat torpedo. We're a little bit late, to be honest, on that one. That's my bad. I just want to take cover. He does chase us down. That's good for her. Make sure we keep our supports alive. Now we want to give us... not able to rescue our support in time. We'll give a speeding for our Rhine, though. That helps them get out of danger, right? We want to be looking for damage here. Tagging the Honda, because he's going to be very, very dangerous because of his logs. Again, we're looking at healing those who are critical. I'm going to pick triple jump here, so that helps keep us out of damage. And we win. Alright, so this game, a lot more focus on, you know, doing damage. A lot more trying to control space. Using speed ring, that's a huge one. We use speed ring a lot to help our tank take space, cover ground, especially for our Rhine. And then we use our pulsar torpedoes much better, and we use it more. So I think this is a good first intro to, or maybe not first intro, but another good overview for Juno. So hope you enjoy, and we'll see you on the next video.
Hey guys, I hope that you found this video actually educational and learned something good. If you have anything else you want to know about Juno in particular, just leave feedback in the comments and let me know, and I'll be happy to try to explain it in the next video. I will be releasing a few videos every week, so if you want to keep up to date, go ahead and subscribe, and thank you for watching.